What's up, y'all? This marks week 3 quarantining for me. Full-time WAH, work at home. Keep in mind, I was already doing a few days out the week, or day or so out of the week, working from home. So this is nothing new for me. I'm actually enjoying it. And it's prompting creativity because I'm able to kind of focus on not only the work that pays me in the corporate sector, but just work that I can create that pays me as well. Y'all excuse the fugazi before you. I know that I look like who did it and for what, and why didn't I consider doing something different when I walked out the house. Well, I'm just kind of getting off. I got off a little bit of, maybe 5 minutes after 4. And I just kind of lounged around a little bit before leaving the house. I came out because I needed to get some items to, I want to redo my feet. I need to take this polish off. It looks horrible. I'm sick of looking at it. I've had it in probably a good 2 weeks. I know when I went to Miami, I had it in. When I went to Miami, I had them in and had my toes done, but it's starting to, you know what the feet do. They start to crack and look a little gruffish. So it's time to take those off and get that situated and taken care of. Yeah, but so I was sitting here thinking, like, the last few minutes of my preparing to get off, I don't know if any of you know or whether or not I've discussed it with you. I have like the neighbors from hell. Where I live at is for the south side of town is it's a premier living area. It's a premier living area, meaning that because we have all of the amenities, everybody wants to kind of be where we are. I live close to the shopping centers, the strip mall. I'm like 10 minutes away from the next largest mall, and maybe 30 minutes away from the outlet. So with that being said, everybody kind of wants to move over to this area. I looked up. The area is not as expensive as most people would think, but it's a little penny. But I kind of looked up in my situation. Thank God. Well, the neighbors above me, husband and wife, have a small child. The child has to be 3. Because I've been in my place 2 years, and at the time he had to be he wasn't a cradle baby, he wasn't a swaddle baby, you know, she was still kind of hipping him a little bit, so maybe 6 months, you know, just from my gauge. So for the past couple of weeks, it has been extremely quiet. It's been really, really quiet, like silence. I haven't seen their car. Mind you, we're in the state, we're in a crisis right now. So any traveling, and they're of a different culture. So I know that they travel to visit families. But we're not in a position for them to be doing traveling. So I know that they aren't visiting family right now. because family for them is going to a whole nother country. So this past weekend has been immaculate. I mean, but the crazy part about it is, because I'm so used to hearing the ruckus, the ongoing, this baby would jet from one end of the house to the next, back and forth. I'm talking about loud thumps and bumps, you know, throughout the day, bouncing balls. I don't think he's in school. He's not even, I don't even think he's in a VPK program. She's a stay-at-home mom. I don't believe mom works. No, she doesn't work. I don't believe it. She don't work. So, you know, this baby has so much energy. He has so much energy. But where we live at, there's enough space, or not even space, there's an area to be able to walk. I mean, just walk the baby around. Just kind of run that energy down a little bit. Common sense would tell you that, but sense ain't always common. Please excuse that I say that. Never would come out the house. The dad would. He would always leave, and, you know, very seldom have his wife and child with him. If at all, if they're going somewhere, they're getting up Saturday morning to go somewhere, and I promise you they're back in the house within an hour. I tell you, I cannot make this up, because if I do, there's no gain in me making this up. There really isn't. Please hear me when I tell you. The point that I'm making is, I've been sitting there with this whole gumption of wanting to move and relocate and kind of move somewhere else, because I was so sick and tired of hearing that baby. I was so tired of it. I was beyond tired of it. It had gotten to a point where I had made so many complaints via email, voicemail, just talking to the local security guard, the supervisor, security guard, that this guy told me, at this point, you need to call the police. Now, I'm not trying to get the people put out. What I am saying is, do enough where it puts some fire up under them to at least be considerate that you have a downstairs neighbor. You have someone underneath you. Please stop the fugazi. Stop it. It's not necessary. You know what I mean? But again, I'm sitting there thinking to myself the entire time, I'm like, I need to move. I need to move. I need to move. I need to move. And not on my own accord, or not. Let me not say that. Not so much not on my own accord, but not from an original thought that it's time for me to move, but more or less so I can get a peace of freaking mind. Just so I can get a peace of mind, you know? And maybe that sounds too much like right. I needed a peace of mind for real. Like, I wasn't willing to keep putting up with, I'm out here looking for a new house, just looking for another apartment to stay in, something to relieve me from all of this unnecessary energy that this baby was exhibiting. It got to the point where, you ever have neighbors and you hitting the wall, and you know what I mean? I'm like, at this point, I can't take it, because if I continue to carry on the way that I'm carrying on, what they're doing is going to cost me money. What they're doing and how they're carrying on is going to cost me money. And that's one thing you will never run me, is wasting my money. If I'm gonna waste money, it's gonna be money that I spent to waste it, and not that of anybody else's. Right. So I'm like, I gotta chill to freak out, because if I hit this wall any further or any more, I am going to tear. I'm gonna either bust a hole in my wall or put dents in my roof just to get them to hush up. Like, I'm like, it's you. And the crazy part of it is, it's the dad that's causing all of the noise. I would hear him hyping his son up. You can hear the little boy say, no, stop. That's just how thin the walls were, meaning that it's an older complex. The point that I'm making is, I've sat it's so hard. I've just found it. There's never a moment for me to just sit and just be. No, you're fine. More often than not, I am constantly on edge. Meaning, like, when is this gonna happen? When is this gonna happen? When is this gonna happen? Let me not relax, because I'm not sure how this is gonna happen. Let me not get too comfortable, because I don't know how this is gonna happen. Y'all, I would like to think I'm at a point in my life where I don't care. But I care as it relates to the fact of what you're doing may be disrupting my peace. And this child was literally had disrupt me for so long that I can't even sit in a level of comfort, because I'm like, something is about to happen. Something is about to happen. And I just sat there and did a comparison across my everyday life. I looked at it. Y'all, I'm so dehydrated. Please excuse my licking lips all the time. I'm so dehydrated, and I need to get out here and work out right now. There go the essential workers coming home. We appreciate y'all. At first it was we're gonna give props to the military. Thank you for serving our country, but it looked like they're the true heroes. But all in all, y'all, don't let nobody disrupt your peace. Please don't. Don't let nobody disrupt your peace. I mean, to the point where you're having to reconsider everything that you were thinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I finally found something in the video about damn near over. Yeah. I see bougie. Well, I don't know the dance, but I appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate you clicking on this video to hear my rant. But talk to me. You know, do anybody be thinking the same way I be thinking sometimes? Girl, I take one incident and evaluate it through my entire life. Wow. I am so introspective. So, but I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I appreciate you. Passion pours power.